The wind changed from the north to the south, and it was such an abrupt change, it was almost like somebody had turned the switch, turned the fan off from the north, turned the fan on from the south, and then the embers started raining down from above. And I thought, okay, the fire's coming. Then the embers stopped coming down, and the noise intensified to such a degree that it sounded like there was a jumbo jet parked at the other side of the house with all 4 engines on full throttle. And the embers started coming through the trees at horizontal, and they were hitting us like rocks. Someone was throwing rocks or bullets at us. And we've gone in, slammed the doors, and no sooner had I slammed the glass doors than everything we could see around us, the trees all the way around, just erupted into flames simultaneously. It wasn't tree by tree or through the tops or through the bottoms, but everything, top to bottom, every tree we could see, right across the paddock, just erupted into flames at once. We had a sprinkler system that went right round the whole house on the roof. It put a wall of water from the halfway up the roof, a metre out over the house, and a metre out over the edge of the house onto the grass outside. The rumbling and the shaking of the house stopped. I've opened the curtains to have a look. You could see outside that everything was on fire, but it was all reasonably settled down. I've gone out, grabbed the fire hose, which was still hanging over the veranda, still running, because I had the fire pump going on the veranda, and it was still going full bore, spraying water everywhere. So I've grabbed that and I just started putting out fire around the house, thinking that we've survived, we've won. Just about finished putting all that out, and strong gust of winds come through from the south again. It hit us that hard, it knocked me over, shook the house. What I didn't know at the time was it had peeled the roof open, exposing the inside of the house. And as I've since learned, it was a fireball behind that as well, and it went into the roof cavity and set the house ablaze. And that's come out, said, the house is gone, we've lost the roof, let's go. Forget it, we're gone. Where I'm standing now is where we parked the car after we've conceded the house. We've taken, Nat's hopped in the car with the dogs, I've jumped in, we've backed the car down to here and parked the car. House there, water tank was over there behind that cement one, and we stood here, like I stood next to the car with the fire hose going, while it was still running, trying to spray the car down and keep everything, all the flames at bay. And the fire hose went, I've thrown that away. I've gone, if we don't get out of here, I'll show people why. And I stood here and I recorded the house burning. We couldn't move, there was fire around us for as far as you could see. I've gotten back in the car with Natalie, and that's where we sat dumbfounded for the next hour or so and waited, not knowing whether we were going to get out or what we were going to do. We've just sat there. And it wasn't until we saw a couple of kangaroos come up through here and go past that we've realised, well, if they're moving, it's got to be safe to go. And so we've turned the car in and driven off through the paddock next door, through the fence. If you haven't got a plan, you haven't got the facilities or the capabilities, be it physically or mentally, to stand and defend a house, don't. Leave the first opportunity you get.